Hello YouTube! I decided to create a very short exploration video here. I've been thinking about doing this for quite a while, but didn't get to it, even though that I went on foot right through this destination quite a few times already. We are in Sofia, very close to the old television tower. Back in the years, believe it or not, this place has been out of the city. And it looks like a forest now as well, although that we have all of those lights and cars going all around. But back there are neighborhoods, many of them, and we are almost in the middle of the city, sorts of. But 60-70 years back in time, this has been pretty much a forest. Only one beer selling place has been in that area, and nothing else. So this television tower, back in the years, has served to actually retranslate the television signal. Well, we are here for something else though. I guess you hoped I was going to talk about the television thing. To be honest, I have been there on the 11th floor. My grandma worked there back in the years, so she allowed me to go there once, but that's a completely different story. Anyway, here, right next to my feet, we can see something quite interesting. This was a railroad, a tramcar railroad, and I remember traveling here through those forestry areas in winter, and not only winter, of course. It was very beautiful. Nowadays the rails are still here, but trams don't come here anymore. So I'm going to explore this a little bit. Right here, buried below the snow, actually, you can see the tracks. It's somehow creepy in a nice way though, when you imagine that the wheels of the tram cars have been rolling past those tracks for so many years, a few decades I think, and now they are just lying around dormant. I should be happy that I'm wearing those nice boots that I have, and we can actually walk a little bit more and see where this goes to. Hopefully I will not rise an alarm with the security of the old television tower. Even though it's old and it's not being used anymore as such, there are still security guys over there. And sure enough, some equipment up on the floors. I can also hear dogs barking, but they are actually on the back, not in front of me. I see a very old lamp right there. It's somewhat broken, but still keeps the remembrance of old times. I remember one scene from Ghostbusters where the main heroes were... Was it Ghostbusters? Maybe it was... I'm not sure, some other movie, but the guys were in a subway station that was obviously old and not used anymore, and then they heard the sound of a train coming from afar, and then a ghost train went through them because it was a ghost train, so it didn't hit them. Anyway, I kind of imagine the same thing happening when I'm walking on those old railroad tracks. And they are still here, untouched, but not used ever anymore. We can see the poles. Pretty much trams obviously use electricity that is placed above the tram cars. We may also find some lighting elements from the old railroad tracks. It's somehow beautiful. They are still intact. The metal tracks and the wooden tiles which we cannot see now because of the snow. I have something in me. It's all about exploration, and those old trucks make no difference. Look at my shadow. It's a little bit creepy. Maybe I should have been holding something in my hand to make it more interesting. What can I tell you? Over there it's a forest. Even though that my camera has a pretty high ISO setting, we still cannot see anything in the forest. And look at this. The trucks going through the forest right near the old television tower. Very eerie scene. Very beautiful. I'm going to explore for a little while. What is this? Oh, it's a tree that's falling on the tracks here. It looked a little bit creepy at first. It's so dark we cannot see it. But I'm happy it's a tree and not somebody lying on the tracks. It looked like it a little bit. We also got full moon today. At least you can see that. And the tracks will end somewhere in front of me. As you can see, they keep following their way across the forest, but they are joining the road. And this road was reconstructed recently, and this is the place. In front of me, there are no more tracks. Right here is actually the end of them. This is also somehow so interesting in a special way. I should take out a flashlight and try to show this to you. Wait. I mean, when you have actually been traveling on those trucks and then you see this, it's like, wow. The tram cars have been coming all the way from over there and heading towards the center of the city happily for decades, and then boom, they're cut right here and they end in such a strange way. Just looking at this rail makes me feel strange. Like the trucks of the cars have been passing like here and here and here and here, and right here they have been continuing, and now this is the end of the line. Pretty interesting. The other truck is cut at the right same location, so obviously they had a engineering plan to cut them here and not keep them in the other direction. Here all of the trucks are taken out, which also makes for a pretty interesting scene, because you can obviously follow the turn of the tram cars. It's just that there are no trucks here anymore. Well, that's how the city changes, I guess. And I'm gonna end this video here. I just wanted to show you this strange forestry, old abandoned railroad track passage with the TV tower right next to it. It's special for me, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thanks, and see you soon.